Your bad emotions aren't so bad. Why? They're a core part of human evolution. Stay with me and I'll show you how to read what your brain is signaling every time you feel an emotion. We were taught something very specific. Good emotions mean you're healthy. Bad emotions mean something is wrong. Anger? Fix it. Anxiety? Calm down. Sadness? Move on. But here's the problem. If bad emotions were actually useless, evolution would have deleted them a long time ago. It didn't. So the real question isn't why do I feel this? It's why do I keep trying to silence it? Let's get one thing straight. You're not broken. You're not too emotional. And you don't have a mindset problem. You're just fighting your own brain and losing. Think about the last time you felt angry. What did you feel? Explosive anger? Sadness? Irritation? And what did you do? Did you smile? Stay polite? Or tell yourself it's not a big deal? Then later you came home and realized your body was so tense a stone seemed softer. Your thoughts were sharp, your mind was racing, and somehow you couldn't relax. What happened? Your brain didn't complete the circuit. When it faced the situation and reacted emotionally, the emotion never got released. So now there's no closure, and that means the circuit remains incomplete for your brain. That wasn't weakness. That was your brain saying something is missing. Here's the part nobody tells you. Your brain is not a happiness machine. It's a prediction machine. For most of human history, being calm didn't keep you alive. Being alert did. So the brain evolved emotions the same way it evolved pain. Not to punish you, to protect you. Pain tells you, don't touch that. Emotions tell you, pay attention here. Back in 2003, researchers showed this in a famous experiment with capuchin monkeys, and it showed something interesting. Two monkeys were given the same task, same effort, different rewards. One received a cucumber, the other received a grape, a much more valuable reward. When the task was completed, one monkey was satisfied. The other noticed the devaluation and threw the reward back at the researcher. Why did this happen? Not because it was hungry, but because it detected unfairness. Its emotional expectations were not met. Therefore, the emotional circuit did not close. What we call bad behavior was actually a signal. Something didn't add up. We call our negative emotions bad emotions, but the brain doesn't speak that language. It speaks signals. Anger is a boundary alarm. Anxiety is uncertainty detection. Sadness is loss processing. Fear is immediate risk assessment. Neuroscience calls this the threat prediction system. And studies consistently show the same thing. Emotions arise before conscious thought, meaning by the time you feel something, your brain has already identified a mismatch. Ignoring emotions is like ignoring GPS because you don't like the route. You're still lost, just quieter about it.
Now here's where things backfire. When you suppress an emotion, the brain doesn't interpret that as control. It interprets it as danger. Research on emotional suppression shows something wild. People who suppress emotions have higher physiological stress, stronger amygdala activation, and slower emotional recovery. Translation? Your brain hears, this signal is unsafe. Therefore, it turns up the volume. That's why ignored emotions don't fade, they escalate. Pressure doesn't disappear, it builds. This isn't new wisdom. Even the Stoics, the people we think were emotionally cold, never taught suppression. They taught observation. Feel the emotion. Name it. Don't become it. Modern neuroscience landed in the same place. When an emotion is acknowledged, activity in the emotional centers drops. Why? Not because you let it go, but because the brain got the message. So what are these emotions actually doing? They point out where you're overextending, where a boundary is crossed, where a situation isn't safe, where you're betraying your own values. Without these signals, you wouldn't be peaceful. You'd be disconnected. A nervous system that feels nothing isn't regulated, it's offline.
Here's the simplest way to work with emotions. Don't fix them, read them. Name the emotion, one word. Pause for 60 seconds, and then ask, what is this trying to show me? That pause matters. Studies show that labeling emotions reduces their intensity by engaging higher brain regions. In simple terms, when you name it, the brain stops shouting. For example, when you feel a strong wave of anger, stop, pause. Ask your body and mind, what am I feeling right now? What is the higher purpose of this? You're not trying to get rid of the emotion. You're trying to identify the mechanism and what it's attempting to do for you. Remember, the brain doesn't generate emotions to hurt you. It treats them as a protective mechanism designed to alert you and make you aware of what it interprets as danger at its most primitive level. What can practicing this emotional awareness do for you? And can it lead your brain to becoming emotionless? No. This doesn't make you emotionless. It makes you clear. You will still feel your emotions. You may feel anger. You just don't explode. You may still feel anxiety. You just don't spiral. You may feel everything, but nothing hijacks you because you now have a trained mechanism that gives you control. In conclusion, I hope you can see that negative emotions are never the problem. The problem is that we were never taught how to deal with them or how to properly interpret the signals of a perfectly functioning brain. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. For you, it's just one simple tap, but for us, it's a huge support and a signal to the algorithm to share this video with more people who might find it useful. We truly appreciate you. See you in the next one.